Hey guys, my name's iMac117 and today I will be doing a review on The Magnificent Seven. And I just got back from this movie and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was a really good. I put Western and movie together, so I thought it was a really good movie and a very good Western. Um, so how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna start. I never saw the original movie, by the way, so don't like I can't compare it to what the original was. But yeah, I kind of have an idea of what it was. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about. I'll go through the seven, the Magnificent Seven themselves. So Denzel Washington, he was good. He was the bounty hunter, I believe. So he pretty much he did some pretty good movies. He's the star of this movie. Like he's the main character. So and he did some pretty cool bits. I don't know why I said pretty three times, but I mean, or four, whatever. But he was really good with a gun. I don't think we ever saw him miss any shots. He actually, like, nearly every person he shot, he actually got them. So he got them, not actually, he got them. So that was cool. Chris Pratt's character, he was really just I don't know, like, every character's got some sort of word to them. So Denzel Washington's bounty hunter. I think Chris Pratt, I think it was magician or something like that. I can get the trailer up. I think it shows in the trailer or whatever. It might show in images maybe, but like, yeah, each character was Anyway, but Chris Pratt. I'll just talk about Chris Pratt while I'm looking for every character. But Chris Pratt, he was I think he was a ladies' man. I will say that. Tried to get with some ladies, sort of. But he was good. He had two pistols. I think Denzel, he only had one pistol, but he had this rifle as well. So that was rifle, and he pretty much just got to he drank a lot as well. He was the funny character in the movie. I will say that. I have to say I'll probably have to search up character posters so I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was definitely the funny character in the movie. And he was funny. Like, there was some bits he's just like, technically speaking, they should have hit something, like that. Yeah, so I did really like him. Another character, Ethan Hawken, however you say his name, for God's sake. Anyway, I believe he was part of the war and stuff like that. I'm assuming the civil war between America and Mexico, or whatever war that was in the westerns, and pretty much, or maybe another war, I don't know, but pretty much, yeah, he struggled. Like, he had a gun, and there was one bit in the city when they were shooting about all these people and stuff, and he's just like, he didn't have ammo in his gun. He didn't want to shoot anyone. He was nervous. It brings back bad memories, and then later he does, and he doesn't miss. He does every shot he got was pretty good. Didn't miss, so that was cool. Now, who should I go on? Okay, I'll just get this photo up so I can know who I'm talking about. Trying to find out what their name, like which character, what they were called and stuff. It probably was in the trailer. Anyway, so I'll talk about he was friends with this Asian dude. I always forget his name. I'm terribly sorry, man. But he was friends. He pretty much, that dude, I think he saved his life or something like that. Or like, he was supposed to bring him in, but he's just like, no, you can come with me or something like that. I don't know what happened there, but pretty much that dude, he had knives and everything. He was so cool. He just threw knives. There was one bit that he was showing everyone how to use a knife. He's like, and the next minute these dudes are just like, yeah, nah, I'm not good at that. He's just like, yeah, nah, I'm not good at knives. But yeah, he was really cool. He got to kick some ass, which is awesome. Then the next character I'll talk about is the dude from Jurassic World. I know Chris Pratt is from Jurassic World, but this other dude, the big guy, Vincent D'Onofrio. Fauna. Oh, fuck, I can't say his name. You know which dude? In Jurassic World, that big guy who wants to use the raptors to for military purposes. That guy. Anyway, I liked his character. He was very. He's a very interesting character. Like I don't know what his what he was trying, what he was like, what type of character he was being. Because like all the other ones you kind of already know. This one he was kind of like he was a hunter. I don't think he like. I don't think he liked Indians. I think that was his thing. He shot heaps of Indians or something like that. I could be terribly wrong there, but yeah, he was very cool. He had a tomahawk and stuff. Had a rifle, and yeah, he got to. He was really strong as well. Like he was a big guy, but he used his strength. He's like through the windows and stuff like that, which was cool. His voice was really weird though. It was like, oh, yeah, guys, yeah, I'll go do this. He sounded like that type of thing, which was interesting. But maybe I think it might have changed during the thing. But yeah, that's how he sounded. Anyway, the next dude, I'll talk about this Mexican guy. And this dude, he was a wanted man, so they just thought, oh, this dude's a good sharpshooter and stuff. Let's just hire him and get him to help us. He used 2 pistols and stuff, and yeah, he was just like, he's just like, oh yeah, sure, I mean, whatever, got nothing else to do. And then the Indian dude was awesome. I loved him. I loved him. He like had the bow and the arrow and bang, and then he had a tomahawk and a knife and a gun. And do you know what character that reminded me of? Connor from Assassin's Creed 3. And I just instantly loved him. Every shot, and oh, it's just cool. And the cool thing is, I liked how all the characters like didn't hate each other. Like they, like in some like the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff, all the characters in the group kind of have a mental breakdown. They all decide to hate each other. There wasn't anything like that. I mean, Chris Pratt and the Mexican dude, they kind of all like they had like kind of like, oh, you're a Mexican, blah 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 blah, and he's like, oh, you only got 7 years, like that type of thing. But it wasn't like, oh, you're gonna blah blah blah, They didn't do anything like that, which I liked. They were all a team. They all worked together, and that was great. They knew that they were getting paid, so they kind of just thought. Well, the Indian dude, I don't know what was up with him. He's just like, yeah, sure, I'll be there. But, yeah, but yes, that was really good. So, yeah, I'm happy they didn't have any of those moments. They didn't have a moment that's just like, oh, and giving the fingers to each other. So, yeah. Now, so the story itself, there's this bad guy who's, can't remember his name, but he's pretty much just taking land from these people, from this people's town and stuff, and he burnt down a church and all that type of stuff. So this girl, who's I always forget her name because I am smart, is well, yeah, there's only one main girl in this story. Anyway, she was there. She's like there with this other guy saying, "Oh, we need to get some people to help us," and they get these 7 people. Well, they get Denzel Washington, and then he finds Chris Pratt again because they met in the pub before, which was a really good scene. And he's just like, "Oh, let's go find some friends of mine," and then they did, and got some people. Well, they weren't friends. Like Denzel knew Ethan Hawke's character, and they were friends. So. And then the Asian dude was obviously with him. So, yeah, and then they went around seeing if there was any other people. He's like, hey, do you know this man? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, and they pretty much want them to get their town back. And they do, so they first go to the town and go kill everyone who was there. And then later, now this was a part that I thought, oh no, it's going to be one of these movies. That they got the townspeople there saying, we need your help, and these people are here to help us, and we can train you and stuff. And I thought they would do, like, I thought like, oh, god damn it, the Magnificent Seven are just going to be there, just kind of like, yo, what's happening? Oh, good job, you guys are doing good. I thought it was going to be one of those type of things, but it wasn't. The Magnificent Seven still helped. They did their thing. They were kind of still there, just like, yeah, bang, 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 and with the pistols and stuff. And they didn't just go all pissy out, just like, let's just send the civilians and let's go. They're doing a pretty good job. It wasn't anything like that, which I liked. They were just there to help them. They were just getting them repaired so they can help them and help each other to save their town, obviously. And yeah, so that was cool. By the way, other characters I will mention. The girl, I'm sorry to say, she was just there to look pretty. I mean, yeah, she did like lose her husband and stuff like that, but like I didn't like. I didn't really care about her. She only was there to show off some cleavage, and that was it. But And then the bad guy, I felt like he wasn't menacing enough. He was kind of just like, just what, you lost the town? How? I'm gonna give us send the whole army. He wasn't like, I will defeat them myself. He was kind of just there, just like, good job, guys, go, go. Oh damn, bloody dynamite! And then the carrots, let's go. Um, but yeah, and then I felt like he was really evil until the end when Denzel Washington. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't noticed that already. But probably put spoiler alert at the front of my review anyway. But he that dude did something to him. Denzel Washington, his men raped his wife, his mum or something, and then killed his, I think it was his sisters or something like that, or brothers or something like that. And then that's when I felt, he got all pissed off about this, and that's why Denzel Washington joined up and stuff. That's why I thought, okay, yeah, that's why he joined. But they didn't explain that until the end of the movie, which, I mean, it was fine with me. I mean, I got to see everyone kick ass. But there was some really good shots in this movie. How they did everything, like, it was all. It was all well shot, You see, like, they're riding on horses, and then it goes down, bang, 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 and then next shot it's going, and there were some bits that did remind me of other westerns, like Django. That's another great western. If you haven't seen that one, Quentin Tarantino, great director. Django, Jamie Foxx, another great actor, and crap, I always forget the other dude's name. It's not Christopher, is it? You know what movie I'm talking about anyway. But yeah, there was one bit that, like, they come out of the pub. Denzel Washington comes out of the pub. I have a note here. I'm looking for this man. I'm part of this, blah, 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 blah. And then they all let him go, type of thing. That reminded me of Django when the dudes come out. It's just like, so technically speaking, you owe me $2,000. It was like that. It reminded me of that, which, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but, it's kind of like borrowing some stuff there. But, and it was in a pub as well. So, and I'm happy that they didn't, like, Django was really out there as well. Like, this movie's rated M. Django was rated MA, and that was very out there, saying that black people are called the N-word and stuff like that. This one, they didn't say that to Denzel Washington or anything like that. They did, like, stare at him like, why is he on a horse? Wait, who's this guy? Type of thing. But they didn't make it a big deal, which was great, But obviously Django, I think that was the kind of point of that movie. Well, not point. That's what happened in those times or something like that. But yeah, so they didn't do anything like that. And Indians, they did call them Redskins, but I believe that's what they called them back then anyway. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, that was cool. And some of the bit when they're riding with all the horses and the TNT goes off, and then all the cannons, and they're in the buildings. Like, there was just some bits, it was just like, it was really, really cool. Now, this was very interesting to me, and this was one thing. The bad guy dies, obviously, but I probably should major spoilers here. But the bad guy, it's kind of obvious that he was going to die anyway. But I put spoilers before. Anyway, how many was it? 4 people. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 people in this movie die from the Magnificent Seven. Who were part of the group died, and it was very interesting who they chose to die. I thought Chris Pratt dies. Yeah, he dies, and he dies by getting shot, and then he sacrifices himself to blow himself up to destroy this gun thing. And then Ethan Hawke and the Billy Rocks is his name on this, but like the character's name, the Asian dude, they work together and they were up sniping, and then the gun, shot them, and then that's how they died. Then the big dude from Jurassic World, he died by this other Indian dude who got shot in arrows, and yeah, and it was like Denzel Washington, he didn't die. I thought he was going to die, but then this girl saved him, so that was good. But the Mexican dude and the Indian dude both survived. They both made it, which was, like, I'm happy that they survived, but it was very interesting that those were the characters they chose to survive, Like, you would think that probably those who would die and the big guy would die, and then the other four would survive. You would think that, but they didn't. They switched it around, saying, "Oh, let's make the popular type, the people well known to die." And I thought that was rather interesting. I'm not complaining. I mean, but I thought they were gonna. I thought they were gonna die. I thought this was gonna be like a franchise type thing. I thought they were maybe gonna do a trilogy. So it looks like just gonna be a one-off movie, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. But would have been cool if they did a franchise for this. But they just let's just do this, and how it ended. They just right after the sunset. And now, this is my only complaint about this movie, is that in the end, they showed the graves of the 4 people who died, and here's the problem I have with that. It's CGI. CGI as fuck is what I mean, okay? Everything else was real. Everything looked very real and stuff like that. This bit looks CGI, and I guess they only did that maybe because they just thought that the director maybe thought, oh, let's do something like this in the end, and they didn't have time to film it, so they decided to do a CGI thing. And I mean, that makes sense, but sometimes it I don't know, it kind of bugs me that everything else was real, and then that was the only CGI thing. But I don't know, that's just a little complaint. It was at the end of the movie anyway. But yeah, and you're probably wondering who's my favorite out of the Magnificent Seven. My favorite, I would have to say, Chris Pratt. I liked Chris Pratt. Then I'll probably say the Indian dude, then Denzel Washington, the Asian dude. I like the Mexican, the Ethan Hawke, and then the big guy. But I liked all of them. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. I mean, 5 out of 10. A 5 out of 5, I will say. Because there was only that CGI moment, but that wasn't a big deal. I mean, it was only at the end of the movie. I got to say, out of the movies I've seen this year, I liked this movie more than Suicide Squad. I liked it more than X-Men Apocalypse. I liked it more than Ghostbusters. Yeah, because Suicide Squad, I felt like in this movie, Magnificent Seven, they gave every character their moment, Denzel Washington got to do something, Chris Pratt got to do something, Ethan Hawke came in with his rifle, bang, bang, Everyone got their moment. Suicide Squad, I felt like Will Smith only got a good moment. I always say Margot Robbie. Harley Quinn got her moments, but then every other character didn't really get their moments. They had maybe a 10-second of a moment type thing. But that's what, Captain Boomerang, he was one of my favorite characters, and he was just kind of there, it's just like, hey, mate, let's go do this, He wasn't, I mean, once again, I liked Suicide Squad, but, I felt like this movie, they did it very well. And plus, it's a very similar thing now. They're making bad guys be good guys. I just noticed that Suicide Squad and Magnificent Seven, I mean, they're not really bad guys in Magnificent Seven. But, they're bounty hunters and stuff. They're not really known as good people. They're just kind of like, oh, we'll hire them and use them. Suicide Squad, they're bad guys, and then they use them and they take down the real bad guys. So, it's interesting that they keep going down that type of... But, I mean, that's what Magnificent Seven was. And Suicide Squad is one of them. Anyway, but I really like this movie. Please go check it out for yourself. It's really good. If you love westerns, go check this movie out. If you loved Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, go check this movie out. And Ethan Hawke. You could be any of these other characters, go check this movie out. And, by the way, the dude who directed this movie was the dude who did Training Day, which no, I don't think I have. I haven't seen it fully yet, and I want to see it. And I heard that was a really good movie, so go check that out. And yeah, anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go check out some of my other movie reviews, and go check out some of my other reactions to other videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video.